Hey guys and girls, welcome back. We are continuing through chapter 6. We're going to rest for the day. That was an eventful first sort of investigation. I hear the rumbles of something heavy moving around as I'm half asleep. Is someone here? My brain is too sluggish for thoughts. I couldn't say how long I slept. I remember it being dawn, but a loud noise makes me spring upright. Oh, young eyes are staring at me. What is she doing here? Suzu? The room was messy, so I thought I'd clean it for you. Sorry I didn't ask permission first. It's not exactly what I meant. Christy, you're here too? She shrugs and sighs dramatically, very nearly rolling her eyes. You left the front door unlocked. Were you out investigating until late? I guess I didn't have the energy to make it up to my bedroom last night. Was I that tired? Yeah, something like that. Take better care of yourself. Oh, you want some coffee? No, I'm fine for now. More importantly, why are you here? Christy glances over at me and huffs. I'm dropping off reports from Mr. Detective. It must be reports from Mashida's case. But who'd have thought Christy would listen to requests from Mashida? The man is the worst. The attitude he had when asking for a favor. If I didn't owe you, I'd have flat out told him no. Guess she didn't agree because she wanted to. I understand, but why is Suzu here? I told her about my visit and invited her. We exchanged numbers a while back. She certainly surprised me, suddenly asking to be friends. It's the first time I've been friends with an adult. Christy whispers to me. I mean, I can't help but be worried. I have to make sure that creepy otaku isn't doing anything weird to her. They go after children sometimes. So that's why. She was worried because Aita's so forward. No more likely because Suzu is too innocent. But I'm a little relieved. You didn't seem very well when I was here before, so I've been worried. Did I seem that bad? You look well now, though. I wish Aita could have come with us. But he's working at the factory today. Sounds like Aita started working seriously. It's never too late to start something. I hope he tries hard. So moving on to the matter at hand. You heard how the owner of that hotel went missing. I have connections with the copy editor of that article, so I asked her. And sure enough, her expression clouds over. The hotel and rumors of its illegal services were juicy news for the media. They even knew that there was a mediator organization managing it. The reporters, looking into the flow of cash, actually got some concrete proof. This telling of the story is fascinating because Christy used to be in the media herself. The things recorded in the guest books we found may have been connected. But before we talk more about it, Suzu, sorry, but would you mind doing more cleaning? I've been putting it off for a long time, so the second floor is a giant mess. Okay, I can do that. I'll borrow your cleaning supplies then. Suzu skips up the stairs. Christy seems to immediately catch on. Not exactly a topic for kids' ears, huh? I'm sorry, I didn't realize. No, it really is messy up there. Anyway, tell me more. Yes, so the media, as at the time, should have been pursuing the heart of the matter, but it's like this case was hardly reported on. The media caught wind of the story, so the police should have been briefed on it. And yet, what took place is masquerade. What took place in masquerade is shrouded in darkness. It seems something's behind all this. Behind? What do you mean? I don't know if this is true or not. But they had a whole list of all of Masquerade's customers. Famous politicians and businessmen were on it. And that reporter who got the proof up and went missing. A number of freelancers on the case also went missing, apparently. That's horrible. Those are the only words I can find to describe it. You're telling me. It's an outrage to silence those who are seeking the truth. It's bad, but it'd at least be a little better if it was the work of regular humans. The work of regular humans? What do you mean? Exactly what it sounds like. The truth is, I tell Christy about what happened yesterday. What we found in the hotel and what happened to Yiru. The color drains from Christy's face until she's as white as a sheet. Suzu, we're leaving! With her sudden yell, Christy stands up and prepares to leave. What? What's wrong? No one told me. What? No one said a single thing about spirits like that being involved. I'm sorry, but I can't do this. I'm never going to face a spirit again. And I'm not just thinking about me. I don't want Suzu going through that either. Thinking about it, it makes sense. No one has the right to drag Christy and Suzu into a case like this, especially me. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get you involved. The research you've done is enough, so don't concern yourself about it anymore. Christy looks at me in stunned surprise. No, I should be the one apologizing. I owe you. You did everything you could to save us. But something the matter? Susie re-enters the room, head tilted in confusion. I just remembered something I have to do, so we need to leave. Sorry. You can keep cleaning next time, okay? Okay, I understand. Susie nods, though she looks suspicious. She's very perceptive. She has to have picked up the strained air between us. Well then, see you, Mr. Yashiki. Right. Thanks for coming all this way. You were a great help. I'm very grateful. Christy quickly bows to me, her expression inscrutable. Excuse us. I'll come again sometime, okay? Susie puts her hands together and bows politely. Then she whispers in my ear so Christy can't overhear. I'm so sorry. I caught a little bit of what you were talking about earlier. So I contacted Aita. I'm sure he'll be helpful. Oh. To be honest, I can't imagine Aita being very useful. But Suzu has good intentions, so I nod. Thanks. That helps. I need to get ready soon and head out. Heading back to Masquerade. I didn't think it would go for 2 days straight, but it's sprinkling again tonight. Gotta set the mood for the investigation, huh? Mother Nature is just taunting me. As the time comes to get the search started, 2 figures finally appear. Hey, right on time. Did you get any sleep? Diamond looks exhausted, probably as a result of everything that happened last night. Hey! Banshee. Banshee? I honestly never expected Banshee Ito to come help. But he definitely has some spiritual powers. Yasuoka's judgment is on point. But more importantly, how is Hiru doing? She's stable. She's showing no adverse symptoms. But she hasn't regained consciousness, and yet she's exhausted a lot of energy. Even being optimistic, it isn't good at this rate. Her life could be in danger. Is that so? I was prepared for bad news, but the situation sounds exceedingly dire. The problem is, we don't know the cause. We suspect poison, but without knowing what kind, there's nothing we can do. What's worse is, we can't find a puncture wound for the injection. You can't give her serum? Isn't that normally what you give patients when they're poisoned? Diamond looks exasperated, or rather frustrated, as he shakes his head. So just try random antitoxins. Sure, if you want to kill her, go ahead. Even if we could get our hands on the poison, it'd take time to create a serum. We'd be too late. So there's nothing we can do? If we had just some kind of clue. I look up at the hotel based in a sea of neon. There isn't much hope, but we cannot despair either. That's right, just so you know. Diamond looks over at me. There was no mark on Hiru's body. I see. Which means that the nightmare isn't starting again. I sigh in relief, the frozen chunk of fear in my chest melting away. I did some investigating on that myself. I went to the warehouse last night. And what did you find? Nothing had changed. That Paulina box was still sealed. Is that right? Phew. Well, that's good. That's the first good news I've heard in a while. Come on, you two. How long are you gonna stand around chit-chatting? Let's get going. Right. Sorry for making you wait. This is everyone for today, right? I hesitate for a second as Aita comes to mind, but this is all of us. Let's get started. Good time to get a move on. He's so energetic that it's more worrying than reassuring. Why is Banshee this fired up? Just an FYI, old man. This place may be abandoned, but stealing is a crime. An ex-detective gave us the request. If you do anything illegal... How dare you? I don't go around stealing things. I'm helping out of the goodness of my heart. Anyway, who cares about that? Let's get to searching. Sounds like Diamond hit the bullseye. Banshee rushes ahead into the hotel as if trying to get away. As troublesome as ever. Well, he's at least reliable at times like these. By the way, Yashiki, may I ask you to do something for me? No need to be so formal. If something were to happen to me, please move Hiru to another hospital at once. I've spoken to another doctor I know. Okay. Then if I start acting strangely, I'll leave myself in your hands, Diamond. Yes, of course. What will we do if we're both done it? Good question. So it'll be up to that grumpy detective. Right. Let's have him take care of it. Come on. We can't let that guy wander alone. It's still all fancy in here. Banshee's cheerful voice hits us as soon as we step inside. Maybe I could make this my second home. What's this glass case about? Talking to himself, he starts rummaging around. I already warned you once, old man. We're not here to play. I don't think Banshee's listening. As Banshee putters around by himself, he reminds me of what happened to Hiru. We should stick together as much as possible. It's dangerous to go alone. Yeah, you're right. Hey, old man, are you listening? I have ears. He hears us all right, but clearly won't listen. Good grief. So Yashiki, you searched up to the 3rd floor, which means we should look through the 4th floor and above. Yeah, that's right, but is there a problem? When we went up to the stairs to the 4th floor, we just ended back on the 3rd. I tell them about the mysterious phenomenon we encountered yesterday. Are you sure you weren't just confused? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was real. Then we're in trouble. Is there no other way to get to the 4th floor? What are you talking about? There's a way right over there. Easy. Banshee unexpectedly butts in. What do you mean? That thing right there. See? Do you bumpkins not know what an elevator is? Diamond lets out an irritated groan. Old man, you know elevators need electricity to work, don't you? Do you think this hotel has any power? If there isn't any, then all you have to do is make it so there is. There are devices that control electricity. I should know, I'm an expert. Oh, really? Diamond sighs. I think he's lost the will to argue. Guess I'll just have to find the device thing myself, then. He heads off, and after I had told him not to wander away from the others, I just ask you to not go off by yourself. Banshee, I'm begging you, stay. I don't get to finish my sentence. A splitting pain pierces my head, and I fall to my knees. Yashiki, what's wrong? My head, suddenly. Do you get chronic migraines? Do you have any medicine on you? No, I don't think that's it. My head is just throbbing. A pulsing headache? If you don't have any medicine, then icing it is best. I'll go buy something from the vending machine. Sit here until I come back. Don't try to stand. You could fall over. I sink to the floor, unable to even reply. Before long, Diamond returns with a cold bottle of water, but strangely enough, my headache completely vanished while he was gone. It's hard to believe that a pain that intense would disappear so easily, but it did. Diamond doesn't seem particularly surprised when I tell him. No, it's not that odd. After all, we haven't clarified what caused the headache. I'm sure it's just exhaustion. You didn't sleep much yesterday, did you? That's true. I can't exactly say I got much rest. When you're under continuous stress, it's possible to get sudden headaches. Once you get home, you should take a bath or something and relax. I'll try that. All of that's common sense, but it carries weight coming from a doctor. By the way, Diamond looks around puzzled. Where's old man Banshee? Huh? I whip my head around searching, but Banshee's nowhere to be found. Geez, already? I give up. We'll find him. But there's nothing we can do. We'll let him do what he wants. As long as it's a proper investigation, the detective should have no complaints. Yeah, let's go. No, I didn't mean to go in there. I put one hand on the bed and lean my weight on it. The spring simply creaks fruitlessly. Is Diamond strong enough to help me? Oh, did we do it? There's the sound of something snapping and the door suddenly slid open. Did we break it? Maybe. It's probably still okay. But now we can search inside the elevator. Hey, dope. Let's go on in. Manually opening the door with my hands and stepping in feels really weird. Diamond conscientiously closes the door once he comes inside. Doesn't leaving an elevator door open concern you? Nah, true. I think it was just a habit that I didn't think about. Still, are those spider webs on the ceiling? Yeah, looks like it. An enclosed area such as this would be a good place to spin a web. Now then, where should we check first? Oh, stop making that noise. There are buttons for the first floor to the 5th. I push one of the buttons. As I thought, nothing happens. Wait, is it just me or is something off? It is indeed odd. There's no 6th floor. The buttons only go up to the 5th. And yet, the floor guide says there's a 6th floor. Maybe you can only get to the 6th floor by using the stairs? I don't think so. It says the 6th floor has the deluxe suite. I've never heard of a VIP room that you can only get to using stairs. That's a good point. They wouldn't make their guest of honor use the stairs. But then, what does this discrepancy mean? I suddenly remember how Banshee was fixated on the elevator. Like he somehow knew it held a secret. In the end, we'll just have to try to get it moving. Huh? Get what moving? This elevator, like what Banshee was saying. Diamond stares at me, his face a mask of utter disbelief. You know Banshee has mysterious powers. Maybe we just need to bet on them. Though his idea has a huge hole in it. The problem is how we go about getting it to move. I don't have the slightest idea. I see now. I thought he was going to get irritated with me, but Diamond thinks about something for a while. Then he slowly starts talking. Yashiki, to be honest, I've been giving it a lot of thought since then. A lot of thought to what? Why we survived. Or more, why the spirits were vanquished. I've been considering the reason. It's surprising to hear him talk about that. He speaks as if recounting something painful. The reason why, it's clear that nothing physical was behind it. I get the feeling they were vanquished for a more meaningful reason. Otherwise, that soldier wouldn't have crumbled just from one hit with a chisel. Which leads me to one answer. The fights we experienced with the spirits weren't actual fights. More ritual. With certain conventions. Rituals. Yes, just like religious ceremonies. Rituals that are presented to the spirits. A ritual is a reenactment of something. Obviously, it doesn't actually take place. But maybe going through the motions satisfies those on the other side. Then one's purpose is accomplished. In our case, the spirits were vanquished. Then the marks disappeared. It's all conceptual, but it's a convincing argument, especially for those with personal experience. For example, we vanquished Hanahiko with lipstick and a hand mirror. But we were essentially reenacting his memories of his mother. And if you define a ritual as a reenactment, then that'd mean our fights were rituals. I understand that, but how does that relate to now? We must fix the elevator, that much is clear. But perhaps we only need a ritual. In other words, go through the motions. So he's saying we need to perform some kind of ritual to get the elevator moving? It's almost like playing house. This isn't playtime. Rituals are serious. No adult would get excited over a groundbreaking ceremony. Ah, true. If this is the work of a being caught up in some delusion like the spirits, a ritual might make something happen. The investigation was entrusted to you, therefore I leave the decision to you. Let's go to the 3rd floor. Banshee might be up there somewhere. When we return to the 3rd floor, this is interesting. Banshee is there. He's appreciating a painting on the wall and mumbling something. What's so interesting about that painting? What are you doing? You aren't planning on stealing that, are you? Huh, even I can tell this painting ain't worth a dime. I was just giving it a good look-see. These paintings seem to have a specific order to view them. See you. I'm gonna go look somewhere else. Banshee disappears toward the stairs. Oh, this is where she was at. Oh no, I didn't want to go to the bathroom. Go back. There's a door that is like locked that I might be able to force open with diamond. This one. I'll try it. Try opening it while pushing from another direction. One not involved with it opening or closing, so from the other side. Try pulling on the frame again and I'll try out my idea. I pull on it again as I'm told. Diamond puts his hands on the side of the knob and leans his weight toward the hinge. Then, the door which had stubbornly refused to open now abruptly pops open. Wow, it actually opened. Just a little life wisdom. I live in an old traditional house, so I deal with my fair share of troublesome doors. Makes sense. You never know what's going to come in handy. Tube that still has something left inside. Oh, Vaseline. That's not cool to see. A small log. I stare at it until I realize what it is. Wooden horse head. A talisman. Okay. Let's get out of here. It's an object with a metal cover. I think it's some kind of electrical device. Oh, that's a lot of weird looking hair. I open the cover and peek inside. I don't know the actual name for it, but I find a device that looks like a circuit board. And of course it's broken. We'll have to fix this if we want to get the elevator moving. Just like the old man said, it normally doesn't move without electricity. Of course, we don't have to actually fix it. So long as we can get it moving. We'll only be performing a repairing ritual. That's all we can do. Diamond's face pales further as he groans. There's stuff hanging everywhere. I think it's human hair. Yeah, I said that. It's definitely hair. Sweat drips down my back. It certainly does look that way. Well, we can only ignore it for now. Yeah, good idea. Trying to put it from my mind, I reach out to the circuit board. Just then I notice something weird. What's that noise? When I hold my head close to the circuit board, I hear a faint buzzing. It's coming from the circuit board. Something might be vibrating inside it. That's often the case with electrical devices. You're right, it's vibrating. Touching the case with my fingers, I can feel the vibration. He was right, the board is vibrating. So that must be why. Diamond nods to himself. There aren't any spider webs here. What do you mean? Nothing I'd expect. Nothing. I'd expected this place to be covered with spider webs like the elevator. It was strange to see it wasn't. Probably because of this noise. Spiders hate small vibrations like this. I've heard that's why they don't spin webs by motors or things like that. Huh. It's not really relevant. Now, what should we do about this? Can I use the spoon for anything? Metal conducts electricity, right? I see. So electricity will be able to pass through that. Yeah, I'm not sure it'll actually work, though. It might be enough for what we're trying to accomplish right now. I force the spoon behind the copper bars. And it sticks in place rather nicely. I use the spoon to repair the circuit breaker. I shine my flashlight through the safety window. Oh, no. Can I call the elevator? Let's go back up to the second floor, because it was on the second floor. It has buttons for the first floor to the fifth. Going by how it looks from the outside, it doesn't seem to be broken. Oh. Well, that's a shame. I take the emergency keyring out of my bag and check the keys on it. I find a small key that has the word fire engraved on it. I stick it in the fire switch. I slowly turn it to the on position, but I can't turn it. It doesn't seem lubricated enough. If I try to force it, it might break. I think that's the right key. But you might need to put some oil on it. I don't have oil, but I do have Vaseline. I smear the Vaseline around the keyhole. It's nothing more than a replacement for oil, but it might help the key slide in better. Let's try it. I take the emergency keyring out of my bag and check the keys on it. I stick it in the fire switch. I slowly turn it to the on position. Something clicks, but nothing happens. Seems like I'll need something else to get the elevator moving. I take the oh, damn it. What do I need? I'm definitely missing something. But what? Oh, what's under there? I feel around. I try pulling on it, but it doesn't budge. I'll have to lift the bed up a little more if I want to get it out. What do you think? Can you lift this? Well, I can at least hold it up. I'll just have to give it a try. Make sure you don't hurt your back. 1, 2, 3. We both lift the bed up together. I managed to drag the object out with my foot. I've got it. We can put it down now. Phew, I worked up a sweat. So what did you find? Contraceptive. Strange, it hasn't been found until now. Well, at least it hasn't been used. Yeah, that would have been disgusting. Okay, but what can we use contraceptives for? Other than the obvious, but that's, I don't, this is ghost contraceptive. It's weird. Sorry, guys. Let's go up. So there is a power. There was like a box on the 3rd floor. We'll try that. I don't know if that's right or not. We'll see. This one. Oh shit, that's broke to all hell and back. Break the seal. I take out the contraceptive. This isn't its original purpose, but it's still rubber. If I stretch it, it should work like a rubber band. I stretch the contraceptive with both hands and hook it on the switch. It takes more strength than I expected. I managed to connect the ends and fix the switch in place. You're pretty imaginative. Did that work? Did that do anything? I'm gonna go back into the elevator and see if like that moved anything in particular. Ooh, that did it. The elevator automatically moves to the first floor. Diamond groans as he wipes sweat off his face. I can't believe it. It actually moved. Wait a second. You're the one who suggested we do a ritual. I suppose so. Still, I'm shocked. But now, finally. Yeah, we might be able to go above the 3rd floor. Exactly. I wonder what we'll find. I want to go to the 4th floor. See if there's anything interesting up there. The elevator has stopped at the 4th floor. Looks like we managed to make it up here. Yeah, let's go. The gloomy hallway stretches out ahead of us. It doesn't look all that different from the lower floors. Oh, she's back. It's her. A red raincoat appears in the darkness. My grip on the flashlight becomes sweaty. That's... Diamond takes a step back. Other people are unnecessary. You're the only one I want to see, sir. I don't like gross or scary things. She's calling me sir again. She seems like she'll listen to what I have to say. I should try asking her something. Anything really, I just need a clue. Anything that can help save Hiru, who's suffering in pain at this very moment. Okay. Mind made up, I take a deep breath, but... Ugh. Diamond stumbles over something and falls. Are you okay? Sorry, nothing's... Diamond falls silent as he tries to stand. I look over at him and immediately see it. The thing Diamond stumbled over is... Banshee! Did she kill him? Diamond instinctively scrambles back. What is that? Something that looks like a giant cocoon is sticking to the floor. I can see a scarf and hat entangled in the glittered thread. They look familiar. No, it can't be. Banshee? Old man, you're kidding. Banshee, can you hear me? Please say something. Okay, he's alive. I hear a muffled voice from the cocoon. He's alive. Oh no! Ah, it's the worst nightmares. Spiders. I quickly move to shoo them away, but I see a red figure out of the corner of my eye. L. Diamond's so panicked he's unintelligible, but I know what he's trying to say. Escaping to the elevator is our only choice. Go! Together we rip Banshee up off the floor. Carrying him like a log, we stumble to the elevator. We fall into the elevator and I repeatedly slam the button for the first floor. Banshee, can you hear me? Say something. Diamond tries to give Banshee medical treatment. Damn it, he's no longer responding. His body's going rigid. As Diamond focuses on helping Banshee, I see something black swarming by his shoulder. Diamond! Oh no! Huh? Ah! I blink and suddenly the entire elevator is filled with wriggling shadows. They come in one after another. Uh-oh. Live or die. Yell loudly. I bend over and yell loud enough to wreck my throat. The spiders visible stop moving for a moment. Oh god, that worked somehow. They're still coming. We need something stronger. They don't like vibrations, right? I did pick up the massager. Use it. I take the massager out of my bag, press it against the wall, and turn it on. A growling vibration runs through the walls. The spiders suddenly start acting strangely. The creatures vanish instantly, as if they'd only been a mirage. What's going on? Yeah, I was desperate, but I can't believe that thing had a big enough vibration to scare them. As I'm puzzling out of why, something slams into the elevator door hard. Right, I need to hit a button. But then I realize I already pushed the button a ton of times. I press the button for the first floor again. It only clicks. This metal box is stranding us. Why isn't it moving? Oh god, this elevator's full. Whoa. It's obvious who she is. Move, move, move. I pray silently as I jam the button. Then... Damn. We stumble out of the elevator without checking to see where we've stopped. We're in the first floor lobby. Did we escape? Yeah. For whatever reason, the elevator decided to move at the very last second. I doubt my praying actually worked, but... I'm not sure what happened, but I think we're safe. I breathe a sigh of relief, and a figure appears in the gloom. Why were you guys in there? Aita? You're both covered in sweat. Did something happen? Of course something. Wait, Aita, did you call the elevator down here? What? Yeah, I mean, it looked like it worked, so Did I do something wrong? Aita holds himself back timidly. It sounds like he thinks I'm mad at him. Diamond silently steps up to him. Suddenly gives him a hug. Aw, damn. It was because of him that we got saved. Thank you, Aita. Well done. If you hadn't been here, we would have... True. You couldn't ask for better timing. Can't be more grateful than Suzu contacted Aita. And look, he was saying that Aita wasn't gonna be anything special. What's most important right now? That's right. He needs emergency treatment. Come, help me with him, Aita. Okay. Completely clueless, Aita helps us drag the white lump out of the elevator. What is this creepy thing? That's our friend. Are you speaking about? Damn it. I hesitate for a moment before I reply, but he should know. Banshee Ito, the old man from the underground shelter. Bah! Whoa, idiot, don't drop him. I don't get back to Cujo Mansion until almost midnight. My exhausted body groans in pain as I collapse on the sofa. My head feels heavy like it's in a fog. To top it off, things are worse than yesterday. Banshee was sent to Diamond's hospital and immediately admitted. He's no longer conscious, and untrained eyes would say he's just sleeping, but he's actually fallen into a deep coma. His condition is serious. To be honest, I wanted to go along and do something to help, but Diamond chased me out of the hospital. He said I'm overworked and sleep deprived. I just stayed behind. At least, not that he's replacing me, but it's good he's there. I'm frustrated with myself for thinking he'd be useless. Once everything is over, I definitely need to thank Suzu. First Hiru, now Banshee. At this rate, even if I keep investigating, if I don't find any clues, thinking about it makes my stomach hurt. Those two might never recover. And that's just assuming their conditions stabilize. If they get worse, something even more terrible could happen. I put my head in my hands and sigh. The red raincoat flashes in the darkness. What should I do? How do I have to keep investigating tomorrow. Once I finish looking through these documents, I should head straight to bed. I have to go investigating again tomorrow. I need to go to bed early. Early morning, and I get the worst wake-up call ever. A severe pain threatens to split my head. The mysterious headache from yesterday is back with a vengeance. I meant to go to Diamond's hospital to see Hiru and Banshee while it was light out. Spots flash before my eyes. I can't even sit up. I pull the sheets up and wait for it to pass. I'm only just able to move by the time the sun is setting. Thunder rumbles in the distance. Sounds like rain again. Great. I press my fingers to my temple to check. The whirlwind of pain has once again disappeared without a trace. I sigh. Mashita calls as I'm making coffee in the kitchen. He says he'll come along for tonight's investigation. He must have finally wrapped up his other cases. He mentioned that he dropped by the hospital in between cases to see Hiru and Banshee. Seems they went berserk when they awoke and are now restrained. They refuse to eat. Relying on IVs won't work forever. I didn't expect the report to be good, but this is a critical point in the case. Before he hangs up, Mashita utters a warning. Then this is the 11th hour. Mashita doesn't offer a reply. The red lights outside the rain-soaked window are hazy like a wilted flower. It's time to head out. I park the car in the parking lot, as always, and walk over to the street in the rain. I pass down the familiar road to a hotel. A man in a trench coat cuts an imposing figure on the wet street corner, glittering in lights. You know damn well time is of the essence right now. Diamond's prepared for the worst, too. He's made arrangements to transfer them. Transfer them? Oh, they must be in pretty bad condition then. And I didn't mention this over the phone, but I met someone at Diamond's hospital. I ran into Sho Nagashima. Sho? What was he doing? Some of his gang hangs out here. Guess we're a hot topic with them. They've seen people in and out of the hotel. Nagashima heard about it and figured they were talking about you. He contacted the fortune teller and, well, so now Sho knows about the case too? Ugh, why didn't she just keep quiet? That old lady hands out business cards to anyone and everyone. It's a real pain. So did you talk to Sho? Why would I? He cornered me asking for info on the case, but I drove him off. I suddenly feel uneasy. You didn't say anything unnecessary, did you? Of course not. I just said to stay out of grown-up matters. For just a moment, my vision tunnels and a blood vessel in my head throbs. Something wrong? No, I'm fine. I'm sure he doesn't want Sho involved either. But he really should have considered his words more carefully. I hear footsteps coming up behind me. Can't be. Sho? I raise my head with a sudden sense of dread. But it's only Moe. Thank goodness you're here after all. Good thing I came straight here. I got the results you asked me for. I look at her blankly for a moment. But then I remember I asked her to use her connections to investigate the rumors. Right, thanks. There's no time. Give us the short version. I'll only cover the really important parts. I heard something amazing from someone who was there at the time. What, like a hotel employee? No, not like that. Jeez, when I say someone who was there, I obviously mean one of the high school girls who was up to no good. You talked to one? This is legit, right? Even Mashida's interested. Only the people who used Masquerade really know what happened there. Hearing from someone involved is best. Yeah, her name is Ako. The editorial department helped me track her down. She went to a nearby high school and did this part-time job, apparently. And what's really important is what Ako said about her classmate, Soko. Moe pulls a voice recorder from her bag and hits the play button. A friend introduced me to a part-time job. It was whimsical. I mean, I just did it on a whim. So we're supposed to meet at that hotel, Masquerade. And there's a system there where someone introduces us to customers. You get a lot of money from it, so everyone was dying. Oh my god, I didn't mean to do that. Everyone freaked and apologized to her, saying they'd stop. She wouldn't listen. If our parents found out, it'd be the worst thing ever. We begged, but she didn't budge. In the end, she left class saying she was going to go to the police with Nomura. We were totally freaking out, so I went to the hotel that night. I mean, at that point, there was no harm in going, you know? But then she was there. Soko was standing in front of Masquerade in the drizzling rain, in a red raincoat. She'd said she was going to the police, so who knows why she was at the hotel. But it made us all jumpy and on edge every day after that. Except nothing ever happened. Soon after that, Masquerade shut down. I guess they uncovered something. Huh? The job. Yeah, I completely quit after that. That's Akko's testimony. Just the important parts, though. Mari got a fascinating first-hand account. The rumor of Red Riding Hood and what was written in the guest book we found in the hotel. All the pieces are in that girl's confession. So what ended up happening to Soko? I don't know exactly, but apparently she stopped coming to school. According to Akko, she just suddenly stopped showing up. Mashita snorts. It's too perfect. She was probably just being overly dramatic. Especially that part about the red raincoat. Most people use an umbrella when it's raining. That's true. Mashita's right. It's possible that the raincoat was a sign of whoever she was waiting for. But hardly anyone comes down the street. It doesn't really fit. Is that all you have to tell us? Then hurry up and go home. So I really can't come with you? Apparently Moe really wants to come along. I do feel bad. She worked and got us that info, just so she could investigate with us. But sorry, but you shouldn't be here. There have already been 2 victims. We can't get you wrapped up in this, too. Oh, okay, I understand. Moe nods. I guess she's already over it. She sounds worried about me. She disappears around the street corner. A siren echoes on the wind, an unnatural howl in the distance. I look up at Masquerade looming before us. What in the hell happened inside that hunk of concrete? There's always a tragic cause to the birth of a spirit. Red Riding Hood must be the same. But I can't watch my friends die. I slowly step forward, trying to escape from the unease that's threatening to engulf me. It's not right for the dead to meddle with the living. Mashita mutters beside me. Is that a personal creed? Nah, just what I think. Mashita clicks his tongue. New info was added. Akko's testimony. Alright, so me and Mashita. Hey. As I step into the lobby, Mashita stops in front of me. What's wrong? What a fantastic job you've done here. Huh? What are you talking about? Look. What? The lobby looks completely different. The room is covered in white. No, it wasn't like this yesterday. Thought so. These are webs? Mashita touches one of the floating threads. Looks like she's upped the ante. Bring it. Time to make our appointment with our lady friend. Just then, the groan of the elevator moving echoes. Did the elevator just come back to the first floor? That'd mean someone's already here. Did you see which floor it came from? No, I wasn't looking. Though I feel like it took a while between them when I heard the noise and its arrival. I'm betting it's one of the upper floors, maybe the 4th or 5th. Yesterday we got the elevator working and managed to get to the 4th floor. But because of what happened to Banshee, we weren't able to investigate any higher. Let's start on the 4th then. Masquerade wife. It's a picture of a masked girl running down a trail. Okay. It's a plague doctor mask. I picked the mask up and found a talisman on the wall underneath. It's a chest. I pull open the drawer and find a notebook. What's that? A guest book provided by the hotel guests. Write about their experience in it. I glance through the pages. This guest book's entries are clearly different from all the other ones. It covers a number of horrifying topics such as devil worship and different kinds of torture. Every page is crammed with stuff like that. It's impossible to tell which ones are delusions and which ones actually took place. The only thing I can say for sure is that it's surging with a twisted, single-minded appetite. I silently hand over the guest book. Mashita skims through it, then smirks. Huh, that's quite the hobby. The handwriting differs by page. This was written by several guests. I find that hard to believe. I sincerely doubt there are so many people in the world who have such a unique hobby. They're like moths drawn to a flame. You wouldn't even know to look at them. The pieces are finally coming together. It seems this hotel offered a special service for its perverted guest. Guests? You mean the kind of stuff written in the guest book? Yeah, the kids working that part-time job were probably part of it too. Guaranteed their safety and complete confidentiality, of course. After all, the one who sold his soul was probably most nervous about that. Still, these people have quite the imagination. Mashita mutters sarcastically as he casually leafs through the pages. Then he stops. Hey, this phrase, do you know what it means? The phrase Mashita is pointing to is Joro Gumo's punishment. It's a spider monster from Japanese folklore that can shapeshift into a beautiful woman. So you do know about it. Thanks. Thanks so much for the info dump. I ignore the hint of sarcasm in his voice and read the rest of the page. Jorogumo's punishment is a recreation of a certain urban legend. You capture the largest spider you can find. A wild one would be best. Sharpen the sacrifice's senses with drugs and use a mouth speculum to keep their mouth open. Then throw the spider into their mouth. If they manage to swallow it, they're innocent. If they don't, or the spider escapes, they're guilty. It's a witch trial meant to judge truth from lie. If I get a sacrifice that needs punishing, I'd like to try it out immediately. It can't be that. What's written here was actually... Did someone actually do this? Who knows? Hey, come down. Take a deep breath. Yeah, it's okay. I'm calm. I doubt Mashita believes me. It's obvious that I'm totally rattled. Don't forget, Yashiki. We can't die here. Of course, I know that. I try to keep my reply as steady as possible, but my hands keep shaking as I put the guest book in my bag. Oh my god! Why you gotta do that to me, Red Riding Hood? They're brand new spider webs. A wad of paper falls out. Oh, talismans. I hear a faint laugh. I don't hear anything more coming from it. I'm actually going to, oh, I can't save it in here. That's great. There's dark red water in the bathtub. My nose rebels at the stench of iron. I really don't want to do this, but I still need to check it out. I shut my eyes and stick my fingers down the drain. I touch something hard, something cylindrical. It's stuck down there. Sadly, my fingers don't seem to be able to reach it. Something in there? It's often a prime location to hide incriminating objects. Can I smear the Vaseline on my dude, maybe? Okay, maybe I just need another item. I don't know.